Hello, this is Dr. Garrett Castleberry, instructor for Fundamentals of Public Speaking, and this is the next part in our video syllabus series. That's right, we're recording a series to tackle the essentials of the course syllabus. And in the initial video, we talked about defining not only public speaking, or what we call public communication, but also establishing what goals, right? What learning objectives do we seek to achieve in this course? Well, if that list lets us know what we hope to aspire to complete, let's talk a little bit about what we want to avoid, right? What we can learn to negate from our practices and ultimately raise awareness that's going to help us. Of course, refer to your individual university manual for guidelines on ethical practices, as well as things you should look out for, avoid. And some of those, of course, include the areas we don't want to tolerate, right? Unethical work, cheating by its various, definitions and practices. But also a key term that's very important for us is plagiarism. All right. Plagiarism is the representation of the words or ideas of another as one's own. And this could, include everything from direct quotations without source attribution, paraphrasing without maybe giving reference to a source, paraphrasing without by attempting to own that author's message as ours, or some other text's information as our own, and maybe expressing in one's own words without attribution ideas, arguments of that do have some kind of commonality. Also, fabrication, right? A falsification of information, the invention of information, or even a citation that's inaccurate. Now, all of that sounds really weighty, but we want to just introduce this understanding that it's important, it's ethical, it's virtuous to be able to share other people's work. That's, back in early years of school, we have this very fundamental game called show and tell, right? You show something, you tell it. And sometimes our speech exercises might feel a little bit like show and tell. And that's good. But we want to learn how to show and tell, show information, right? That supports what our speech is about, right? Whether it's the topic or the theme, information that we find from places. We call them sources, right? Research. But we also want to tell, that is to say, tell where we got it. And when we start to use visual aids, show and tell where we got that information. And so that helps us avoid plagiarism, but it's not just because the rules say let's avoid plagiarism. It's because that's an issue. It's an issue of ownership, authorship, and I think also let's look at the positives here. Being able to always point to and share our sources boosts our speaker credibility. Hey, that's a key term, speaker credibility, right? And so we're always looking at ways to enhance it. And we might enhance it by perhaps the way we present ourselves, maybe the tone of voice, maybe the organization of content that we're presenting on, but also by making ethical and then virtuous choices, including sharing when we're gaining momentum through other works, right? Another person or person's works. Excellent. Well, that's a quick breakdown of plagiarism, and it feels like enough. I'm gonna pause there, and we'll come back and talk about the next essential topic in our Fundamentals of Public Speaking course. Sit tight.